So it was International Women's Day on Saturday the 8th of March.
Woohoo! I really celebrated that, didn't I?
Yeah, did you see what Donald Trump Jr. posted?
Is that a wheel?
Yeah.
Oh, hitting the curb.
You did that.
You did that today.
I did not.
Oh, you did.
I slightly mounted a gutter because there was a small innocent child, probably an orphan, that I was saving.
There was no child. I even warned you that you were going to do it.
Anyway, it was International Women's Day and The View basically shat in women's faces everywhere. They had on Dylan Mulvaney.
Oh, of course they did. Why do we even need a Women's Day? What do we do on Women's Day? Why is this a significant thing to add to our calendar, which is full of shit already?
Yeah, I don't know. To make you feel empowered or something, I don't know.
And Dylan Mulvaney, don't they have a trans day as well?
Yeah, they've got several trans days. They've got trans days, they've got LGBTQIA plus months.
Yeah, month.
So let's have a look. Let's go!
Dylan Mulvaney became a social media superstar for documenting her gender transition online. She also stood strong against the hateful backlash and boycott after her Bud Light branded post went viral.
Can I just say, that was the dumbest marketing move ever.
Yes, you may.
Yeah, and the market told us that. Like, the stocks in that, is it Anheuser-Busch or something, the parent company?
Yeah.
They just plummeted.
They did.
Because people don't want to see a trans person advertising beer.
No, and who drinks beer?
Men drink beer.
Not just men, the blokiest of blokey men.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is that Dylan Mulvaney's got like a really young audience. So that was another factor, that you've got this like influencer of young people, A, promoting like genital mutilation and shit, and B, pushing alcohol onto kids.
Yeah, that's very true. They fucked up the demographics so bad in many, many ways.
Yeah.
Now she's sharing her journey in a candid and witty new memoir called Paper Doll. Please welcome Dylan Mulvaney. Welcome to The View.
Thank you for having me.
I think the cameraman took too much fucking Adderall that morning. How are those swoops?
I knew Mulvaney was going to come out and do a fucking dance too.
Did he do a dance?
Oh yeah, he did a little shimmy shimmy before he sat down. Didn't you see it?
Well, I noticed the big smile, you know, like the theatre boy smile.
Yeah, it's total theatre boy. I just knew there was going to be a fucking dance or a song or a tra-la-la-la-la-la somewhere. I mean, remember when he was on The Price is Right?
I was just going to say, I do remember that.
I'm going to say the soup.
Soup, $5.99. It's pretty fancy. It is. Yes! You got it! Dylan's a winner! Dylan's a winner! Dylan, nice job, man. Look at that. We're going to spin the wheel right after this. Don't go away, folks.
Okay, he's excited. Do your little shimmy, but it doesn't stop there. My God. Okay, fair enough. Have a seat. Well done.
Did you see Kelsey? Is that Kelsey Grammer?
No, that was Drew Carey.
Oh, Drew Carey. Yeah, did you see his face?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
Well done, man. Have a seat.
It's like watching a gay twink cheerleader, Waldo.
Yeah, but that's not all. It keeps going. Okay, I can't deal with this. This is so cringe.
Look, I'll give it to him. This is kind of fucking hilarious if it wasn't so gay.
Oh, look, I've got no problem with the gay aspect. It's just like so over fucking done. Stop it.
Yeah, it's totally overcooked, isn't it?
Sit down. Like, there should have been like the Oscar wrap-up music. Like, get off the stage now, honey.
And hey, I don't want to be unfair. I actually feel like this doesn't really represent gay people. Just putting that out there. Gay people at home are probably watching this thinking, oh my God, this is fucking cringe.
Yeah, this is like theatre kid.
Yeah, this is theatre gay.
Yeah, theatre gay. Anyway, back to The View.
I'm a people pleaser, so I wanted to...
Now, I've cut a lot of this out because a lot of it was just drivel. Just mind-numbing drivel.
Was a lot of it just the ladies on The View sucking up his ass about being trans
Yep.
and being stunning and brave?
Yeah.
I'm a people pleaser, so I wanted to make the haters see that there were other parts of me and that I am a three-dimensional person.
You're not, though. You're like, oh my God, look at me. I'm a girl. I'm a woman. Look at my womanly girlishness. That's all you are. You're one-dimensional.
She's three-dimensional when she's got an erection.
And so I've kind of taken people along this journey and gotten a lot more vulnerable than I ever thought I would and overshared a lot more than I thought I ever would have.
Why is that funny?
It's not funny.
Fucking View chicks. Bunch of cackling, insufferable bitches. Stunning and brave. Trans.
I mean, isn't it just a slap in the face, though, to have this on International Women's Day?
I think the whole thing's fucking retarded, to be honest. The whole day in general. This is just the cock and balls icing on the cake.
Dylan, so as you mentioned, you told your parents when you were 4 years old. How did they react then, and do they support you now?
4?
4.
Fuck off.
Come on. Our daughter, wants to be a dinosaur one day, wants to be a princess the next day.
Yes, well, I come from a very conservative Catholic family.
Oh, gosh.
But I feel lucky because I now am in such a great place with them. There's love there, despite our different views.
I actually like that. I mean, good on them.
Yeah.
I mean, as stupid as I think fucking Dylan Mulvaney is, I hate the thought that he'd be, alienated from his family. You've got to have family.
Yeah, well, I mean, fucking look at The Price is Right, though. You've got to have known early as a parent that was at least gay.
Yeah.
So you've accepted the gay thing. What's one more notch in the disappointment belt? Just kidding. Just kidding. It's a joke.
Well, I mean, he can't really go further, can he? It was I told my parents I was gay at 4. Or was it trans?
4.
Was he saying that he came out as trans at 4? I'm not sure. But he's come out as gay and then he was apparently non-binary and then all of a sudden he was a chick. Like I always say, I don't have a problem with you if you want to wear a dress and live your life as a chick. That's fine. It's just the showiness and the days of girlhood and all the glitzy drama. It's just so cringe.
Yeah, it's so obvious. The parents knew The Price was gay.
Jesus.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, of course not.
So now we get to the juicy part. This is why we're here. Because Whoopi Goldberg brings up transgenders in female sports.
And we know the View ladies love Trump.
Yeah, they're absolutely Trump deranged. Especially Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, yeah, she froths at the clam.
And so Whoopi brings this whole thing up, and you kind of get the impression that anything that Donald Trump says, they're going to be against. There's a meme on Twitter that says, Donald Trump endorses oxygen. And so they all suffocate themselves. So I think a lot of this is out of Trump's spite.
Okay. Also, isn't Whoopi's real name Karen?
Yeah, Karen Johnson.
That's the widest name ever.
I wanted to ask you, because there's been all of this debate about whether transgender athletes should be able to compete. And last week, California Governor Gavin Newsom said that he thinks that trans athletes competing in girls' and women's sports was deeply unfair.
I saw that. Gavin Newsom has a new podcast, and he had on Charlie Kirk.
Oh, yeah.
And Charlie gets him to say, yeah, okay, fair enough, it is unfair. And so all the lefties are livid at him now.
Wow.
Because he's a massive, massive lefty, and
Yeah,
he's
he
just
is,
he's just left the reservation. So he's kind of fucked now.
Now, I want to hear what you think, because I'll tell you what I think, too.
I'll give you a spoiler. He thinks fuck all.
Really?
Yeah, he basically goes, the last time I played sports, I was fucking 6 and I was just the nurse on the team and fucking rah, rah, rah. There's no answer there.
So he nothing burgers it.
He nothing burgers it. And so Whoopi comes back in and goes, well, here's what I think.
She's trying to push Mulvaney to say something against Trump.
Yeah.
Well, I think part of the problem that the trans community is facing, and it's the same problem that women face, is if you don't know anything about our bodies, you don't know how it works. So
You see what I mean? She's talking to Trump. She's saying, if you don't know anything about our bodies, then how do you know how it works?
Well, that's fucking retarded. They wouldn't have male doctors then, would they?
Yeah, but I think the you that she's referencing, as I said, I think it's Donald Trump, but the you that she's referencing should be female athletes.
Yeah.
Female athletes know how female athletes' bodies work.
Yeah, and so does science.
Oh, that's the other thing. I bet if I searched right, there'd be a million clips of Whoopi during COVID and shit going, oh, you got to trust the science. You got to trust the science. Oh, you fucking anti-vaxxers, anti-maskers. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden, because Donald Trump's made this executive order, it's you're evil, you're bigots, rah, rah, rah. Trust the science got thrown out of the fucking window.
Yeah, it's don't trust the science now.
Yeah.
when you come in and you say, oh, these are men,
Competing
against women. You're assuming that the women are weak and just can't do anything except be here.
Yeah, they are. Compared to... Whoopi, the point is, compared to men, they are. What are you talking about? Didn't, like, Serena Williams lose to, like, the 300th ranked male tennis player or something?
Yeah, this is actually interesting. There's an interview. She was on one of those late shows. I can't remember which one, but she was directly asked the question, would you play Novak Djokovic or Andy Murray, I think?
Yeah.
And she replied, no, I would not want to play them because I would get very much beaten. And then she goes on to elaborate how women's tennis and men's tennis are completely different games. Duh.
For me, men's tennis and women's tennis are completely almost two separate sports. So I'm like, if I were to play Andy Murray, I would lose 6-0, 6-0 in 5 to 6 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, because it's true. It's
honestly,
true. It's a completely different sport. The men are a lot faster, and they serve harder, they hit harder. It's just a different game, and I love to play women's tennis, and I only want to play girls because I don't want to be embarrassed. I would not do the tour. I wouldn't do Billie Jean any justice. So Andy, stop it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let you kill me.
Yeah, so Whoopi's treating this like, oh my God, you're being a misogynist, you're saying that women are shit. Yes, they are shit, Whoopi, compared to men. I mean, that's just the reality.
Have you seen female athletes? They know what they're doing.
Yeah, they're good. They're great for female athletes.
Yeah, when they're competing against other females.
Yeah, they're good at women's sports. Have you seen Actual Justice Warrior? I was watching a video of his the other day. He's got this line, he goes, men's sports, otherwise known as sports.
The entire point of male sports, also known as sports, is to maximize competition. If any woman is able to compete on the men's team, I say you allow her to compete on the men's team. However, that does not appear to be the case. And by contrast, for female sports, for them to exist, they have to exclude males from those sports.
Look at Mulvaney's face here. Why do I get the feeling that he kind of disagrees with Whoopi, but is feeling social pressure here to try and conform to being a champion for trans athletes in women's sports?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a face of, I don't really know. I kind of don't
give a shit.
Yeah. I don't really like sports, to be honest. And yeah, I kind of think it is a little unfair.
Yeah, but unlike Gavin Newsom, he refuses to leave the reservation. I mean, the answer that he gave to Whoopi's question was just, like I said, a nothing burger. So Whoopi's trying to guide this conversation. And let me just mention, when Gavin Newsom said to Charlie Kirk the other day that he thinks trans women in female sports is unfair, he was getting his arm twisted majorly. Like, it wasn't a comfortable moment.
Yeah. And there's no way in hell Mulvaney would ever come out and say, yeah, I disagree with trans people being in women's sports.
Yeah.
Like, that's just suicide to his brand.
So I'm not sure what's going on or why this is an issue. The same for me as when people say, oh, you know, I don't know how I feel about you. You do. God doesn't make mistakes.
No.
And the challenge is not to the trans people, it's to the people who are not trans. That's what God is looking to see, how you treat people.
You know, in a funny roundabout way, Whoopi actually told the truth there.
Really? I'm like sitting here going, what the fuck is she waffling on about?
Well, she said the challenge isn't to trans people, the challenge is to people who aren't trans. And she's right, because women are getting their fucking asses kicked in female sports.
Yeah. So she's saying, tough titties, women, suck it up and try and be better than men.
That's what is happening. So I was just curious as to what I liked your answer.
His answer was shit.
I didn't even get to see the answer.
Well, like I said, it was that boring and just
nothing
that I cut it out. It's just too boring. But I mean, Whoopi Goldberg's treating this like it's some kind of hysteria, like people are just being mean to trans people.
Right, like there's no physical advantage whatsoever.
The UN, the lefties' favourite organisation, I mean, apart from the World Economic Forum, I guess, came out with a study last year on the effects of trans people in women's sports.
Okay.
So this is the Daily Mail reporting on it. They say shocking new study reveals how many medals female athletes have lost out on to trans opponents.
Oh, it can't be many, can it, Bearing?
Oh, surely not.
0.1 or 1% of the population. What is it? Jesus.
The United Nations is facing renewed calls to ban transgender athletes from women's sports after a study revealed that nearly 900 medals have been lost to biological males. A UN report into violence against women and girls, its causes and consequences, found that up to the 30th of March 2024, over 1,500 female athletes in more than 400 competitions have lost more than 890 medals in 29 different sports.
Oh, there you go. It's not a tiny amount, is it?
And this is the UN saying this.
Yeah, it's a significant amount.
Yeah. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. If you have any comments, leave them down below or at my Twitter. It's @bear_ing. SugarTits has a channel. Go say hello.
Yeah, check it out.
And we'll catch you later. All right, ta-ta. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Recession, session. Getting better times.